Don't make them habitual. Ask a lot of people, there's nothing wrong with that mantra. Chad Owens, head down. Muscles his way to the 33-yard line. George Cortez has been shaking his head a lot in the first 2 games of the season. I think I even saw him crack a smile.
Well, things are going a little bit better in the early part of the football game here. So we take a look at that last touchdown drive, and it all started on the Chad Owens fumble on the punt return. Ball getting spread around, combination run and pass. With a big play, the dagger to Andy Fantuz for his first major in black and gold.
So the Toronto Argonauts, negative yardage rushing so far. But down 14, have to go to the air. Corey Boyd. Driven backwards and driven hard. Bo Smith pile drives Corey Boyd, and looks like he may have got a couple yards after this. And this is the role they're going to use Corey Boyd in more now, Dwayne.
Well, Corey Boyd is going to have to be more of a part of the passing game for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. The thing you love there, you see how Bo Smith had that outside in position on him? Held his position. Before he attacked, he made sure he had help coming from the inside.
Second down, 8 yards, crossing pattern, Andre Drury. Ray Williams read that perfectly, and there they go again.
Well, Chris Van Zyl came in looking to do a little cleaning up downfield. Catch a couple Tiger Cats standing by the pile. All part of the animosity between these two teams.
Chris Williams turned one against the Lions last week. We've seen a lot of kick returns go for touchdowns, an inordinate amount early in the season, including one earlier today in the Saskatchewan BC game. Fontaine. Williams has a seam. Here he goes. He's going to go. There's a flag on the play. Chris Williams scores. 87 yards. But will it count?
Well, the area suggests it could be a hold at the line of scrimmage, possibly on a Hamilton guy trying to hold up his blocking responsibility.
Procedure, no end, Toronto. Penalties declined.
It's a touchdown! And now they come out to celebrate. Everybody's kind of waiting, holding
Yeah, a little delayed reaction. There were a lot of Tiger Cats because of the clutch and grab that goes on at the line of scrimmage. When you're one of those guys for Hamilton, one of the blockers, you're worried that you might have been caught. But it goes the Ticats' way, and for the second time in as many weeks, Chris Williams has a punt return touchdown.
Well, Mike O'Shea's not going to be happy there. And talking about the special teams. 21-0 Brooklyn. This game's looking like last night in Edmonton. The Blue Bombers and Eskimos. Saturday night special already for Chris Williams.
Yeah, and this was Chris Williams last week in Vancouver. Catching one, taking it straight upfield. Punt return major, and this week turning the trick again. And the thing that both those returns have in common, Chris Williams doesn't spend a lot of time running laterally. Maybe one move, finds a seam, and goes.
Well, there's a theme early in the season. Already 6 returns off of kicks. Last year, the entire season, there were 8. 6 already. We're in week 3.
Shades of 2010.
Chad Owens blinded by the sun there. fights his way to the 32-yard line. Well, George Cortez had the great line this week about special teams. He said, don't think any team is happy about the state of special teams. Let me reemphasize that. Everybody is happy with the return game. Nobody is happy with the coverage game.
That's it. There are two sides. There's the Cats special teams coach, veteran CFL coach Jim Daly.
And of course, the Cats also gave up a lot of yardage last week in BC to Tim Brown. So, big hole here early for the Argos. But Corey Boyd tries to find a hole. Jamal Johnson lost his lid. Corey Boyd, one of his best runs of the night so far, 9-yard pickup.
You see a little bit of the explosiveness of Corey Boyd here. Once he decides he's going outside, he just goes. You saw that quick explosion on the crossover step, then upfield.
Good block supplied there as well by Dontrell Inman. Help with that hole. 2nd and 1 now from the Argo 40. Down 21 points. 4 carries, 1 yard. That 9 yards had to make up for some losses. There's a gain. That should be the first down. But with so much time, as we saw last night in Edmonton, when the Eskimos rolled to a 35-0 lead at halftime, state of the CFL game, can't get it back right away.
Yeah, not in one play. And especially when you're down fairly early in the ball game like this, if you've got some faith in your game plan, some things that are working for you, you don't abandon it. You don't need to go into panic mode and try to throw the bomb. Take your time. There's a lot of football left to be played here. We've seen the Hamilton Tiger Cats score 21 points in short order. After watching the Toronto Argonauts last week, you know there's no reason why they can't do the same.
Especially with this guy at the helm. In the pocket. Far side, but it's thrown low to Jeff Johnson. He had some running room out there too, but Ricky Ray took something off that ball. 1 hops to Johnson, so they changed their personnel here. It's going to be 2nd down.
Well, they had cleared everything out on that side with a couple of vertical routes from the receivers, pushing the secondary deep, opening up the flat for Johnson if Ray could have made that throw.
Ricky Ray, 4-man rush, time over the middle, and it's caught by Andre Dury.
That's a great catch by Andre Dury with Carlos Thomas climbing over him. Andre Dury, inside man, and that cluster formation with Jason Barnes and Spencer Watt. You see him get in between levels, behind those linebackers in front of the secondary. Ricky Ray drops it in.
5 catches, 43. That's what Ricky Ray's looking into. That's Stun. Now he's going deep, and he's got a man. And it's Dontrell Inman again. Dontrell Inman, unaccompanied on the wide side. Had him isolated, almost went for 6. 39-yard gain, biggest play by the Argos tonight.
Well, the key to this is what they've done with Andre Dury over the last couple games. He gives that bubble screen look. The other 2 guys are going vertical, but watch how the defense reacts when they see Andre Dury on the bubble screen. Pump fake, everybody looks to come up. That's how Inman gets in behind the corner. Ryan Hines, and Ricky Ray delivers it over the top.
Inman has been Mr. Touchdown so far this season. That was his 5th catch of the new season. He's already got a pair of scores. Ricky Ray was trying to force that into Corey Boyd. A late flag there. Carlos Thomas in the vicinity.
Well, this flag may not even have been at where the ball was thrown.
Forward pass interference. Hamilton number 4. By rule, it's half the distance to the goal line. First down.
Well, Carlos Thomas doesn't seem to be putting up much of an argument here. He's the man who ends up covering Corey Boyd as the Argo running back goes out to the flat. But I'm not sure what he did.
Carlos Thomas back in the Hamilton lineup. So now the Argos threaten first and goal from about the 8-yard line. Ray lobs it up, looking for Jason Barnes, who was held up a little by Bo Smith. But that pass was overthrown.
Ricky Ray faced with a little bit of pressure on that play. Comes from the defensive tackle. Ronell Brown, number 93. Gets inside position on the guard. Cedric Gagne-Marcoux. You always got to take away the shortest line to the quarterback, and that's the inside.
Spencer Watt, Chad Owens are the wideouts. Second and goal. Barnes in trouble. Ricky Ray.
Well, tough to throw touchdown passes lying on your back.
Let it go, and it one-hopped in front of Jason Barnes.
Tiger Cats bring 6 on the play. Argos initially get it blocked up, but just allow the pocket to collapse too close to Ricky Ray. Couldn't step into his throw.
So after all that, the best the Argos are going to get here is Noel Prefontaine putting them on the board. Have to take the points. High snap. Kick is up, it's good. Argos are on the board, but they're down 18 in Hamilton. 9 Eastern on Much. So the Argos get on the board, but field goals are not going to do it if the Hamilton Tiger Cats keep piling up the points. This one bounces down near the goal line. With Samuel Giguère. Only brought it up to the 15-yard line. There's a penalty flag back at the Ticats bench near the 36-yard line.
It could be an offside. It's right near the 35 where the ball was kicked off.
That might be a break for the Cats because Giguère might have even thought about taking one back there, brought it back to the 15.
Offside. Corner number 21. 5-yard penalty. Will re-kick.
So they'll re-kick and likely get better field position here. We anticipated one of those old-fashioned shootouts at sunset between the gunslingers, Ricky Ray and Henry Burris. So far, it's been all in favor of Smilin' Hank and the Cats. Lots of time left, though.
Well, I know from experience, when you're on this kickoff team, an offside penalty is one of your worst nightmares. You're already gassed from running down there once. And now you got to bolt down there again and chase a couple of fast guys in Giguère and Walker. Usually when you see a second kickoff like this after a penalty, a team will try and get some subs on there so they've at least got some fresh legs running down to cover.
Now they've been trying to keep it away from Walker. Anthony Alix this time puts it into Walker. Takes a straight line, gets behind one guy, and then is piled over on near the 28-yard line. Remember, the Hamilton Tiger Cats no longer have their best weapon returning, being Marcus Thigpen down south now.
Yeah, they're really missing him the last 2 weeks in the return game.
Exactly. But Marcus Thigpen was one of those guys who could score every way possible. Now here's Burris, 50% tonight, almost 100 yards passing. Pair of scores. Williams and Fantouz. Tiger Cats lost to the Argos to wrap up the season late last year. There's Williams. That play is being read perfectly by the Argos. Evan McCullough right there to cut it off.
Well, Evan McCullough in his first game of the season after spending a couple weeks on the injured list, but some shuffling going on in that Argos secondary. McCullough actually playing the field corner position this week where Pacino Horn started the season. He's played primarily field halfback through his first 2 years in the league. Jaleel Carter makes his first start of the year at that spot.
Loss of 2 on the play. Penalty flag flies. Burris gets out of the pocket. He's drilled by Jordan Younger. 34-year-old collides with 37-year-old. Two guys turning back the clock. It's a pickup of 9 on the play. But we'll wait on the flag. Murray Clark chats with Marcus Ball. Looks like it's against the Ticats.
Offside. Hamilton number 84. That penalty's declined. Third down.
So it will be third down and about 3 yards. So the Cats again will bring out one of the most interesting characters in the early season, Josh Bartell. Former Aussie Rules football player, trained down under the pro kicker camp, finds himself playing Canadian football. Chad Owens induces a no yards, then finds an outside route. Another penalty flag. Let's see what they are when we come back to Iverwin Stadium in Hamilton.
So at 5 a.m. I woke her up and I'm like, honey, I got our venue, center field of Iverwin Stadium. And she wasn't too happy about it at first, and it kind of grew a life of its own, and here we are today celebrating our wedding.
Shannon, I can't imagine growing up, this is how you envisioned your wedding day. Why do you go along with this?
It just fits our family. We're very active. We love sports. We love coming to the games here, and having it be the last season here for the stadium. We thought what a great time to celebrate our wedding here.
Guys, congratulations from all us at TSN. You already got a great gift from the commissioner, his and her matching 100th Grey Cup jerseys.
All right, and for your honeymoon, you get to go to Rogers Center next week. Wow, congratulations.
Shannon, why